The rain started at exactly 11:43 p.m. Not a soft rain, not peaceful. It slammed against the windows of the old farmhouse like someone throwing handfuls of gravel from the dark. Ethan sat alone in the living room, staring at the dead television screen while thunder rattled the walls. The power had gone out an hour earlier, and his phone was down to 3%. He hated this house. His grandfather had died 2 weeks ago, and Ethan's mom insisted someone stay there until the estate sold. One night, she said. Just one night to watch the place. Easy. At least that's what Ethan thought. The farmhouse sat miles from the nearest town, surrounded by woods so thick they swallowed light. No neighbors, no signal, just endless black trees swaying outside the windows, and silence. Until thump. Ethan froze. The sound came from upstairs. He looked toward the staircase. Darkness pooled at the top like spilled ink. Probably the pipes. He muttered. Thump. This time louder, slow, heavy, like footsteps. Ethan grabbed the flashlight from the coffee table and aimed it at the stairs. The beam trembled in his hand. Hello. No answer. Another thunderclap exploded outside. Then came the creak. One step upstairs groaned under weight. Then another. Something was moving around up there. Ethan swallowed hard and climbed the stairs. Each step creaked beneath him. The flashlight barely cut through the darkness. At the top of the stairs sat a narrow hallway lined with old family photos. But something was wrong. Every picture frame had been turned backward. Ethan frowned. He hadn't touched them. A cold breeze drifted down the hallway, carrying a smell like wet dirt. At the end of the hall was his grandfather's bedroom. The door stood open. The flashlight flickered. Come on, Ethan whispered, smacking it against his palm. The beam steadied, and he saw muddy footprints leading into the room. Fresh footprints, as if someone had walked in from the storm outside. Ethan's chest tightened. He stepped closer. The bedroom was empty. The old bed untouched. Closet closed. Window locked. But the muddy footprints stopped in the center of the room. No prints leaving, just ending, as if whoever made them had vanished. Ethan backed away slowly. Then, click, the bedroom door slammed shut behind him. The flashlight died. Pitch black. Ethan gasped and fumbled for the doorknob. But before he touched it, he heard breathing, slow, wet, right behind him. He turned. Nothing, but the breathing continued. Closer now. His phone buzzed in his pocket, making him nearly scream. One new voicemail. No caller ID. Hands shaking. Ethan pressed play. Static crackled through the speaker. Then his grandfather's voice whispered, "Don't let it see you." The message ended. Ethan stared into the darkness. Then he heard it. Dragging footsteps circling him inside the room. Scrape, scrape, scrape. He couldn't see anything, but something was moving inches away. A sudden flash of lightning lit the room through the curtains, and for one split second, he saw it, a tall figure standing in the corner. Its skin looked stretched too tightly over its bones. Its arms hung almost to the floor, but the worst part was its face. It had none, just smooth pale skin where eyes and a mouth should have been. Dark mud dripped from its body onto the floorboards. The lightning vanished. Darkness again. Scrape. Now directly in front of him. Ethan bolted forward, slamming into the door. It burst open and he sprinted down the hallway. Behind him. Thump, thump, thump. The thing chased him on all fours. Too fast. Ethan flew down the stairs, nearly breaking his ankle. He grabbed his car keys from the table and ran for the front door. But the door wouldn't open. The lock twisted violently in his hand. Stuck. Behind him came a horrible cracking sound. Bones snapping. Limbs bending wrong. He turned slowly. The creature crouched at the bottom of the staircase now. Its blank face tilted toward him. And then it smiled. A mouth slowly split open across its skin, too wide, filled with jagged black teeth. Ethan screamed and stumbled backward. The creature charged. He grabbed the fireplace poker and swung wildly. Crack! The creature collapsed sideways, twitching violently. Ethan didn't wait. He unlocked the back door and sprinted into the storm. Rain soaked him instantly as he ran across the muddy yard toward his car. Behind him, the farmhouse lights suddenly flickered on. Every window glowed yellow, and silhouettes stood inside them. Dozens of silhouettes watching him. Ethan jumped into his car, locked the doors, and jammed the key into the ignition. Nothing. The engine sputtered, died. Then his headlights switched on by themselves. In the beam stood the creature, motionless, its mouth hanging open unnaturally wide, and behind it, his grandfather stood beside the road, soaking wet, dead pale, one hand raised slowly toward Ethan, warning him, not the creature, the woods. Ethan looked in the rearview mirror. Shapes were emerging between the trees, tall, thin, dozens of them, all crawling closer. Then the radio crackled to life. A whisper filled the car. He brought them home. The headlights went out, and somewhere in the darkness surrounding the car, something began knocking on the windows.